Hey LAN Party gamers! Welcome to our introduction to Cherry keyboards. Now, if you're anything like me, the first time and the only time I really hear or think about Cherry MX is when we're talking about the switches. And you can find the switches that Cherry makes in keyboards such as SteelSeries, Corsair, Thermaltake, and even some Razer keyboards from back in the day. Now, if they're anything like the switches that they make for those other keyboard companies, then the keyboards that they make should be some rugged pieces of art. Today, we're going to be showing off the Cherry MX 3.0 and the 6.0 and some of the features that they have. And if you stick to the end, we're actually going to be giving these away. So stay tuned and find out how you can win these keyboards. After testing out both the MX 3.0 and 6.0, you get a pretty good feel of what Cherry was trying to do with these designs. With the 3.0, you get a very portable system. This particular one has the blue switches, so you get a very clicky experience. For a lot of people, that's what they're looking for. You really want that textual feedback. It does come with a breakaway USB cable, and this would actually be a suggestion of mine if you're rocking a laptop for a LAN, but you still want your mechanical keyboard present, or a small LAN rig that you want to take on the go. The mechanical keyboard with a detachable wrist rest and a detachable cord is pretty nice because you can take all that down. It'll all fit a little bit easier in a backpack. And if somebody rolls over your cable, it's not going to be an issue. You just replace it. This is a standard mini USB cable, easy to find, a couple dollars on Amazon. When we move over to the 6.0, you get a little bit more robust, just about everything. From the sleeved and braided USB cable to the fully rubberized wrist rest that's attached with a magnet, all the way down to the metal frame. I feel like I could drive over this thing with my car and it wouldn't have any problems. There is zero flex to this keyboard. And I believe if you want a traveling keyboard, something that you know is gonna make its way back home, this definitely would also be a good choice. Neither of which are the super flashy RGB keyboards of what you're seeing in 2017 these days from other competing brands. On the 3.0, the only lights you're gonna get are your caps lock, your nums lock, and your scroll lock. So it is your standard office keyboard lighting. However, on the 6.0, you get a little bit more flash to it. You've got the red accents on all the keys, very well lit. I'm very well lit right now, and I can clearly see the red shining through each of these keycaps. It's pretty awesome. All of the function keys, including the Windows key, scroll lock, nums lock, and caps lock, have blue accent lighting to let you know when it's been activated. So you can very clearly see when your caps lock is on, when your nums lock is on, etc. It's a little bit harder to do on some other keyboards where they're very dim. So that's one awesome thing. Now, if you're not super into having really bright light on your keyboard, or you don't want all that ambient light, it's really easy to use the function keys to turn down the lighting on your keyboard so that you're only left with the nums lock light and the caps lock light, etc. Going to our Call of Duty 4 speedruns of the time trials, we got a minimum speed. This is me doing the speed run about 3 times per keyboard. With our 3.0 board, we got a score of 1575. With our 6.0 board, I was able to get down to 15.35 seconds. But funny enough, with our control keyboard, with the mushy keys, maybe because I was more familiar with that keyboard, or maybe because it was the last keyboard we tried and I was familiar with the game, I was able to get all the way down to 15.25 seconds. So it might not be the best test, but it's still pretty impressive. We were almost able to get down to Infinity Ward's best time with these keyboards. So I was very happy with these keyboards. I do feel a little bit spoiled using these and then going back to a standard membrane keyboard. One thing that does make the 6.0, one of the fastest keyboards on the market, if not the fastest, is how often it pulls the keys pressed. Even though it's a digital keyboard, it uses a USB interface, it has what is almost an oscilloscope style sensor built into it. Twice per millisecond, it pulls the area of the inside of the keyboard, both the X and Y axis, to see which keys are being depressed. So as opposed to having a digital converter that tells it, oh hey, right now the Q is being pressed and the W is being pressed and then it gets overwhelmed, it senses the grid of different key areas in which it's going to be pressed down, and it is able to register them all in less than a millisecond. That's faster than even the 2.0 USB protocol can handle. So if you want a keyboard that will be no lag whatsoever, the 6.0 is something that might be able to be what you're looking for. One thing that adds to the speed of the MX 6.0 is the rate in which it sees your button press. Now, it does pull the keys twice every millisecond, but it also detects your button press before you bottom out the key. At about 75% on the way down to the bottom of the key, I noticed that it detected my key press. So you don't even have to finish the key press before your action is displayed on screen. So for people that need that split-second timing on a quick cast or an ultimate in a game, this keyboard's going to be there for you and will definitely not let you down. So if you need that kind of speed, the 6.0 is definitely the way to go. Also to be added as a thought for gamers is they added the ability to take away the Windows key, so you're not accidentally pressing it and going to your desktop during full screen gaming. So as you can imagine, having Cherry being the premier Switch company out of Germany, they're going to make some pretty awesome keyboards to put them in. If you're looking for a gaming keyboard, you're not going to be disappointed. If you're looking for something that's flashy or RGB, the 6.0 is still a pretty cool choice. The red lights really do shine through, even in the harshest of light. So here it is, the part you've all been waiting for. We're going to talk about the raffle now. What we're going to be doing for the next month and a half is getting as many people subscribing, liking, and following our pages as we can. And the more options you pick, the more chances you have to win. In the description below on this video, you'll find a link to our Gleam page. And in there, you're able to put down your name and email address. Make sure you put a valid email so we can get a hold of the winner. And you're able to do all of the different ways to enter. I really want to thank Cherry for getting these keyboards to us. They're phenomenal. I've never really been a big mechanical keyboard guy. I've been rocking the G15 from Logitech, which is a membrane keyboard, since I was in high school. And it's still what I use today. But the ability to test out these keyboards has made me a little bit envious. And to whomever snags these keyboards from us at the end of next month, well, congratulations, because you just won an awesome prize. So for first place, we're going to be giving away a Cherry MX 6.0 board, and for second place, the 3.0 board. And if you manage to get third place in our raffle, there's still a prize for you. We're going to be giving you a copy of Ghost Recon Wildlands that came with our GTX 1080 Ti. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, not only for the raffle, but for different product reviews, LAN party tips, tricks, and more. And check out our website at sandiegolan.net to find out when we're going to be doing live events, conventions, and LAN parties of our own. Thanks for watching. Bye.